Fan Pheromone here. I owe you a box opening. That's a really weird thing to say, but it's absolutely true considering I have been part of the Yu-Gi-Oh community for all these years. And while I've done pack openings, I've never really actually cracked down and opened boxes. So I figured the best way to start off this conversation would be with the 25th anniversary Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon box. And so we're gonna actually go ahead and crack this open now. It's kind of neat. I've been playing the game since, well, this stuff came out, both in Starter Deck Yu-Gi and Starter Deck Kaiba. And it's kind of weird to look back at these old boxes and think, these were new cards. They weren't classic cards. They were actually super important. So let's go ahead and open up this piece of history while we talk about a little of our own. All right, so first things first, you do gotta get this thing cracked open. All right. So this is also exciting for me because I have never opened a box of Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. So we need to pull some of the old favorites, but also kind of like really important new cards when you think about it. We've got Infinite Forbidden coming out later this year. That's gonna have some really cool Exodia stuff. So it'd be really neat. One of our Exodia pieces actually came from this video. I'm just gonna set this box over here to the side. All right, what do we feel like? Left side, right side? I think we're gonna go with the left side for now and just start to crack open these packs. So let me clear the playing field here, and let's go ahead and begin. It's been really neat to celebrate 25 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I can't think of a better way to get it started than really, again, going back to the beginning. So we've got Mystical Sheep, Fighter Yaru, Machine Conversion Factory. Don't worry, we're not gonna go through every common that slow. But our first rare is gonna be Reaper of the Cards. And I love cards like this because they've got just that wacky 1930 defense, right? You don't see that every day. And again, 1380 attack. Feel bad for the people trying to calculate half their life points. Although at this time of the game, there really wasn't a whole lot of that. From the other commons, we've got, well, Lesser Dragon's honestly kind of a rush tool card that we see now and again, but that means our first rare is there. Let's see if we can find our first holo. Been really neat to see fresh cards out of this set because again, they did change things when they did the reprint of it last year, and looks like we're gonna be looking at a Goblin's Secret Remedy again. Increase your life points by 600. Didn't seem like much now, but like at the time, 600 life points was kind of a vibe. So, that gives us two rares. Let's go ahead and see what's next in store for us. Now, way back in the day when you think about it, I mean, what were your power cards? Waboku, Trap Hole, Waboku of course coming from the starter deck. Maybe we could pull a Trap Hole here. It'll be neat if we could see some of the super rares. Oh, looks like we got a two-pronged attack. I actually really like two-pronged attacks still to this day. Again, you select and destroy two of your monsters and one of your opponent's monsters. It's interesting old school Yu-Gi-Oh text before that problem-solving card text was made available. But like 2 for 1's honestly not bad, and destroying your own cards honestly could be pretty decent in things like Memento, a more recent deck. Taking a look at our next pack here as we take a quick trip down memory lane. Looks like it's gonna be Gravedigger Ghoul, and oh my goodness, there it is. Okay, it is the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Again, this legendary dragon is a powerful engine of destruction. Let me see if you guys can see that a little better. Virtually indestructible. Very few have faced this awesome creature and lived to tell the tale. Well, that's neat. I guess this is going to my next Seto Kaiba deck, that's for sure, and it is so neat. So let's talk about what's different here. Way back in the day when this was first printed, the stars were not holographic and the attribute was not holographic either, so it does have that very new vibe to it. It does have the different art than some people are used to because you're used to seeing it from the starter deck version, right? Kind of like the shirt that I'm wearing here. But yeah, it is kind of cool. That's a great way to start this off. So yeah, first holo, we were talking about first super rare. I think I'll take a... All right, so I kid you not, right when I pulled that Blue Eyes White Dragon, the camera overheated, but we should be good now. The rare, as you know, was Gravedigger Ghoul, so I'll just set that to the side. But we still got packs to open, so let's go ahead and get to work. Again, Blue Eyes White Dragon, literally so powerful that it overloaded the camera, but let's see what our next surprise is. Taking a look here past some of these fan favorite comments, we've got Aquamador and, nope, just looks like Aquamador this time. So that is something also that's changed about these packs if you do end up picking them up. Again, they have a rare in them, which is why I was so surprised. We saw the Gravedigger Ghoul, then we saw the Blue Eyes White Dragon, I was like, oh goodness. But let's see if we can't get one more exciting ultra rare. It's not a secret. Taking a look through the cards here again. Spirit of the Harp. So good at, oh, there's another good card, Raigeki. We finally know who caused this Thunderbolt. It was Slifer the Sky Dragon. We'll be getting some cool alternate arts of that soon. But man, Spirit of the Harp needs a shout out on its own. That 2000 defense mode monster, that's enough to keep you in the game, even if they do have some really powerful cards. So, did get our first super rare. I think I'll make a little pile of the normal rares here, and then go ahead and keep setting these commons to the side. All right, so not bad. Raigeki, Blue Eyes White Dragon, if it was the year that these cards originally came out, I think it would be in pretty good sorts, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. After our comments, we got Dragon Capture Jar, and looks like that's gonna be it for that one. Dragon Capture Jar is a card though I never got to work. I always wanted it to work, right? The idea that you can put your opponent's powerful dragons in a more vulnerable mode, it's cool. But we're not all Maximilian Pegasus, so sometimes you just gotta go with what you know, and Trap Hole did a little bit more legwork as far as trap cards were concerned back then. Speaking of trap cards, there are still some trap holes in here. So after Metal Dragon, we've got just the Metal Dragon there. Cards feel really good too. That's the other thing you've seen, you know, from my set, how much I love commons and how they're kind of celebrated as fixtures along the wall. These are some crisp commons. It might be time to make a new card wall soon. All right, so as our quest continues here, we haven't seen some of Yugi's cards, right? I mean, Raigeki, everybody gets a turn at the wheel there, but doesn't seem like we've gotten any Dark Magicians, any Exodia pieces. A Giant Soldier of Stone would be cool. 2000 defense, I mean, if you've seen people play Yugi Kaiba format, as it's called, it's brutal because you either have it or you don't. So let's see what we've got. We're actually getting through this left side of the stack pretty fast here. All right, so after Turtle Tiger and Tai Hulk, we've got Hane Hane. So many people said Hane Hane, it's Hane Hane. Typically, when you see cards like this, just ask your friends that are really into anime. They might be able to pronounce it a little better for you, but it's not Hane Hane. It is a great card, though. I mean, how many times have you flipped your Hane Hane and been able to bounce your opponent's very powerful monsters right off the field and basically into another dimension? I mean, returning cards to the hand was extremely powerful back in the day because it sent you back on the tributes. They obviously couldn't use the monster more than they got from the starter decks. But let's go ahead and peel in. See what we've got from this one. All right, after Root Water, Hitotsume Giants. Ooh, Final Flame. Yeah, I mean, how many times have you been in a duel where you needed just to do 600 points more damage? Doesn't look like we got anything further from there, but I'll keep this for my Joey deck. Hey, you know I like me some Flame Swordsmans. All right, so last card of the left stack. Feels pretty good. If you were voting for the left stack, that's pretty neat to have a Blue Eyes White Dragon just in those first couple of packs there. But Blue Eyes and Raigeki alone are not an entire deck. Looks like we got Dragon Capture Jar and yes! Yes, Maneater Bug. So if I recall correctly, Bakura used this card. And like in competitive play, you always thought that every face down had to be Maneater Bug, especially when it was reprinted later as a common. Super Rare is just gorgeous. It's got like that sort of esoteric style Yu-Gi-Oh art where it's just kind of like the monster in the background. But it's a very classic look, and various cards have kind of had this effect over time. Think about Snowman Eater or maybe Old Vindictive Magician. But it all started here, the idea that any face down card could be used against you. So very, very cool there. All right, so from the left side, we did pretty good. Great assortment of rare cards, especially the Hane Hane. But man, the Blue Eyes White Dragon don't lie. Again, virtually indestructible. The camera didn't even live to tell the tale. Let's see if it can do it now. There we go. Gosh. So that's cool. Well, don't worry, these will be going into sleeve soon. But let's see what the right side has to say as we go through our packs here. And again, this is kind of, I know it's kind of interesting as I travel from adventure to adventure, but I want to start doing the YouTube stuff again so we could basically have Yu-Gi-Oh! Office hours, right? You guys can find me here whenever I manage to find time. And don't worry, we've got plenty more boxes to open up soon. And speaking of boxes, we're still on this one, so another Final Flame. Good, we can do all the 600 damage we need to, but it looks like that's the only thing coming out of here unless you are a huge fan of the 13th Grave. All right, so one rare down, well, let's see what we get out of the next one. There's so many cool cards that come out of this that are still usable, right? Raigeki is still a great card for sure. The Exodia piece is still powerful. Red Eyes Black Dragon, still very useful. Skull Servant, I mean, they're literally going to be printing new Skull Servant support in Legacy of Destruction, so there's a lot of things to look forward to that are still based on this old school pack. So many years later, Cherubin the Fire Knight, and looks like just a lesser dragon from there. I do like that. You kind of know, as a pack opener, you're like, oh, the rares here. Maybe the holos next, but we haven't gotten there yet. Let's go ahead and keep on flipping on. If you guys are enjoying the new setup, I definitely did some reconfiguring here, so just let me know. Or if you'd rather it be on a non-green screen background, just let me know that too, and we'll make it happen. Hitotsume Giant is concealing Stop Defense, which is like an awesome card in Rush Tools, actually. But after that, looks like our Stop Defense is going to stop us right at the mountain. Also a good card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, though. It's just what's so great about this game is you think, okay, well, I missed the bus, right? I wasn't around when the original Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon packs came out, and the legacy they've left is out of reach. It's not true. You literally can continue to play with all of these original cards, but also they like still become meta relevant over the years. But speaking of which, maybe we'll find ourselves something after. Oh, I see the difference. Notice that it's 3 commons. That means this is holographic, which means yes. Yes, Gaia the Dragon Champion. Oh my goodness. Oh man, sorry Weevil Underwood, but we got different plans here. You always know like an old card is something of significance based on how little text it has, right? Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards. Same deal here, just a normal, or non-effect fusion monster, but one with a lot of history and one whose deck is a lot of fun to play. If you haven't given a shot with the Gaia the Dragon Champion support cards that they printed, this is just really cool. If I'm looking off to the side, I've got a monitor here so I can see this even better, but man, what a gorgeous card. Okay. Well, we got a secret rare, so it can't be all bad. That's, man, that's huge. All right, so, could we get a Trihorn Dragon though on top of that? We'll see. So that means if we get 3 commons, then we know the secret, right, to getting secret rare. So 1 common, 2 commons. Ho, pulled a little hard there. You can already see that it would have been 3 and just Monster Reborn. Oh my goodness, okay. It's like the card was telling me, just get to the point. Look, I'm here. So, this is just like the Duelist Kingdom starter pack we got here between the Monster Reborn that I'm holding. We also got Raigeki, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Gaia the Dragon Champion, and Fissure is actually a card that I've really loved in competitive play. It has seen a couple of times on the Forbidden Limited list, at least at 1, being placed at 1, and at the time, you know, spot removal was something that was hard to come by, and I think that like non-targeting destruction removal is still good. It's worth taking a look at. I don't know if Fissure is the right answer for you, maybe Smash and Ground when we get to Invasion of Chaos. But yeah, this is like honestly kind of a neat vibe to be able to use old cards that are still good, but beyond that, Monster Reborn is just incredible, and it's got that really cool original art that we're used to seeing if you've been playing the game well in the TCG as long as we have. All right, so flipping through, gonna be more careful this time. Guess I'm out of practice. Gotta open more boxes. Looks like we've got a Fusionist and oh, what? Okay, so it was a little different this time. It was 4 commons this time. There is no secret. But after we got to the Fusionist, there's the Trap Hole that I was looking for. So Trap Hole is just such a staple for this era. Again, when your opponent normal or flip summons a monster with 1,000 or more attack, target that monster, destroy that target. And that's really exciting because you didn't really have a lot of options. Now, granted, drawing this late in the duel and getting hit by a Blue Eyes White Dragon, nah, it's not gonna be good because when you draw this and they've already got the Blue Eyes, well, it's a little too late. But in the next set, Metal Raiders, you'll see how powerful those new trap cards are. And I know that sounds weird to say, like, how powerful these new cards are, but I did want to go back and go through all these 25th anniversary boxes to kind of be like, no, this is what this vibe was. This is what the energy was that you were having to deal with at the time. You're like, okay, he has a set card. What is it? Well, let's find out what that set card could have been in the era by opening up another pack, shall we? All right, so let's see what we got here. Gonna go through. Okay, now there's no secret, so it's just when you get to the rare, be careful. So there's Dragonus, the Wicked Knight. And beyond Dragonus, the Wicked Knight, we're gonna have Sogen. So swing and a miss there. Go ahead and make sure that makes it to the right stack, right stack, right cards. All right, so still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chances to maybe get a Dark Magician. Perhaps we get another Blue Eyes White Dragon here or something, but I guess we'll have to see here. So we've got Umi, Sparks, Vile Germs, Dark King of the Abyss. You can see I'm savoring this more since we almost are near the end. Behind Darkfire Dragon, it's just another 13th grave. A lot of fusion monsters, but we haven't pulled a polymerization. Man, the old polymerization card text was so funny. If I recall correctly, fuses 2 fusion materials to form a new fusion monster. I still don't know what that means, but luckily we've got PSCT for all of your Yu-Gi-Oh needs. Problem solving card text. But let's take a look at what we got here. Nemuriko is covering up another Hane Hane. Say it with me at home. Come on, come on. Hane Hane. Good, now you know how to say it. But after that, nothing further. Oh, and I know you know who I'm talking about. Your friends who are saying some very funny pronunciations of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Don't fault them for that, just help them. All right, so we've got 3 more packs, 3 more chances here. Hard Armor. After Hard Armor, we're gonna be focusing on Beast Fangs. Ooh, Arm Ninja I really like. I played a lot of Warrior decks way back in the day, so that's really exciting. It was spell trap removal, you know? Well, it was spell removal technically. You need Crimson Ninja for the other one, but let's see what we've got. Nope, just a Beaver Warrior. So it's gonna be, I think it's Louise the Beaver Warrior. If I remember Beaver Warrior's name from the manga, I believe it's Louise. Don't quote me on that, go pick the manga up. All right. So penultimate pack, penultimate chance here. Tyhon, Mystical Moon. Oh, there's the Giant Soldier Stone. With the moon, by the way. Gosh, Duel Monsters was a trip back in Duelist Kingdom. But after that, looks like we just got a Drool and Lizard. So it's not Duel Monsters, it's Drool Monsters today. All right, last pack, last chance. We did amazing. Like, I'm totally fine with this. If this is the day, if every box felt this good, I'd be happy. But we still got 1 more pack. So, here we go. Slowly but surely, Trial of Nightmare, Dark World Thorns, Masaki, the Legendary Swordsman, Raised Bodaki, Carbanola Warrior, and again, if there's nothing here, that is A-okay. Ooh, okay, that's way different than nothing. Dark Hole, so whoa. Dark Hole, Trap Hole, Monster Born, like actually starting to get these out. We'll set the rares and stuff aside. This was kind of a stacked box for the classics. Again, you know, a little bit for everybody. You got some Yugi support here. Of course, Monster Born, everybody's favorite. Raigeki, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And honestly, the Man-Eater Bug is really hype as well. So like, yeah, I think we actually got our boxes worth here, and there's no reason to worry. 2 ultra rares, 4 supers. Honestly, that was pretty good even for that era of cards. And all of these are probably gonna get used like in some cosplay deck somewhere, so really, really neat. Again, if you like the new setup, just let me know. I'll be recording a couple of these as we go along and still be streaming in my usual stream. So I hope to catch you at the next one, but let me know what your favorite card was from Legend of Blue Eyes. And if you have any special memories, because I can tell you how many times I like set down Giant Soldier of Stone. It was just so excited for them to crash into my 2000 defense, because hey, that's the duelist I was back then, and you probably have some stories too. But until then, we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.